Well, good morning. I apologize for coming in a little bit late today. I got the ultimate pleasure of getting pulled over by a police officer on my way to school. So there's very few ways I can think of I enjoy more than starting my day like that. Maybe stepping on tacks or getting attacked by bears or something like that. So I'm excited to be here. I apologize for being late. The scripture that I got asked to share on is John chapter 19, verse 30. And it goes like this. This is the very kind of culmination of the crucifixion, the passion narrative in John chapter 19 is basically the story of just his final day here on earth, before he came back and was resurrected. And it goes like this. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished," and he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Ehler for giving me a scripture like this. I think that there's probably not much bigger in my mind in the Bible than the moment when the Christ child, Jesus Christ on earth, gives his life up for us and for all of our sin. And so in a very short amount of time, I want to just share a little challenge that God's been kind of walking me through the past couple months. And basically the idea is this, is God's really challenged me with the fact that in my leadership, when it comes to the way I lead students, the way I lead my own life, the way I tend to think about sanctification, the process of becoming more like Jesus has a lot more to do with my effort than I would ever want it to do. I've had the blessing to get to serve in a high school ministry for the past 5 years, and one of my favorite kids I've ever had before was a kid named Mo. And if you ever met Mo, he's kind of like a stoner, like honestly this kind of like a hippie kid, and he came out of a pretty rough lifestyle, a pretty rough scene, and God really grabbed a hold of his life in one of our services. And so Mo joined my small group. I had the pleasure of getting to meet with him every week in addition to him coming to our services. And so about 5 months into Mo kind of walking through his faith, it came out, he told me that he was still smoking pot. Even though he was coming to our weekend services and he was coming to our youth services, he was coming to our small group, Mo was still falling into this. And God really challenged me in that moment, and it's kind of where I've been sitting and walking through lately, is unintentionally, without me even meaning to, I had made Mo's addiction into this huge thing. I made it into something that, I was telling him, man, it's going to be a struggle. Every single day you're going to walk through this. You're going to have to wake up every morning and decide, I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to do this. Rather than let grace be as powerful as it is. Without even intending to, I had made less of the grace of God. And as we read John chapter 19, it's one of the most powerful parts of the entire Bible to me. Even if I was preparing yesterday, I was just struck again by just how meaningful and how emotional that final day on the cross is. And my challenge for us today is this, and my only point for today is this, is it says, when Jesus said it is finished, he meant it is finished. And I think that a lot of times unintentionally, we take upon those words, just his final words here on earth according to the Gospel of John, and we think about it in this overarching, magnificent, huge sense, and we say, okay, in that moment, the sin of Adam was broken, and we were made, our way was made into heaven. Grace came, and we were allowed to enter into God's presence in heaven, rather than taking that upon ourselves as something, a daily truth that we can apply. And God really just challenged me in this, is that when Jesus says it is finished here on the cross, he's not just speaking to that, but he's speaking to the daily things that I'm walking through. He's speaking to the addictions that we're walking through. He's speaking to the lifestyle choices that we make. He's speaking to our old habits. He's saying, it is finished. My grace is that powerful. My blood is that powerful. And that's my challenge for us today.